This is Jamie Drummond for Good Food Revolution. We are here with our old friend, Ellen Jakobsmeier, kind of.
Perfect.
Who is joining us all the way from France. Now you, since we last saw each other, you have the dream job and are now representing Domaine Rolet from Jura. How did this come about, Ellen?
Well, I decided that I wanted to make a little bit of a change in my career, and I was fortunate to get accepted to a wine business program at the ESC, the Burgundy School of Business in Dijon.
Okay.
And through a chance meeting at a wine salon with my boss, I was able to meet her, start working with her portfolio of organic, biodynamic, and sustainable wines. And luckily, working within her portfolio was Domaine Rolet.
Tell us a little bit about the domain.
So Domaine Rolet, it's one of the oldest and largest family-owned domains in the Jura. They're located in Arbois, and the family started in 1942. They started with 4 hectares, and they're now up to 65 hectares, making them just behind Henri Mayer and the 2 co-ops in terms of size covered for Vengeance and Jura.
And what kind of wines are you making there?
Okay, so we make everything. We make sparkling rosé, we make still wine, we make macvin, we make vengeance, and of course vin de paille. The 5 grapes that are of course from the Jura are focused for all the wines. So Sauvignon, Chardonnay, Trousseau, Pulsar, and Pinot Noir.
And what kind of age of vines are we talking about here?
So we have vines that age from 45 years and up, and also more recent plantings with newer properties that the domain has accumulated.
And you were telling me earlier that the domain has plantings on all sorts of different soils in
Most
Jura.
definitely. The most important thing for Domaine Rolet is to plant the right grape varietals on the right soil. So when we speak about the red marl, blue marl, and then a little bit of limestone, you can imagine that the Chardonnay and Pinot Noir are planted with the limestone soil, whereas the Trousseau, Pulsard, and the Sauvignon tend to prefer the clay soils of the Jura.
Is there a way that you would describe the house style?
The house style is very long commitment to quality. They spend a lot of time in the terroir. They plant only every 5 rows and skip the 6th row to avoid soil compaction, which means that they really want to focus on excellent hand-harvested grapes, super elegant, not a lot of oak influence, to truly express the varietals of the Jura.
And tell us a bit about the sparkling wines that you have available in our market now.
Yeah, so we're featuring our Cremant de Jura, both the Blanc de Blanc and our Rosé. Super elegant, very, very full-bodied in terms of the mousse, and a lovely yeast contact that you can only really taste with that true, pure terroir of the Jura.
And with regards to the whites, you have in this market 2 Chardonnay and, well, I'll let you go. I'll let you explain that.
We're featuring 2 Chardonnays. The first Chardonnay is a Harmony, just a really elegant, full-bodied, richer style. And then we have our L'Étoile Chardonnay. That one has, of course, the terroirs of Étoile, named for the little tiny star-like fossils from the region.
I've been there. I always thought, after in hearing that previous to visiting, I actually thought that was all BS. But you can find those crazy little fossils in the soil.
Quite true, and that seems to give the wine a really lovely sense of reduction as well when you're tasting it, but elegant and comparative in many regards to some of the better Burgundies that are out there.
And there was a marked difference between those 2 Chardonnay. Really, really interesting differences there. I was most impressed.
Most definitely.
And the reds that you're showing today.
Yeah, so today we're showing 3 reds. We're showing our Côte de Jura, which is our Pinot Noir and Pulsard blend. We're showing our Pulsard, which is super elegant, very, very light, almost in some respects like a rosé. And then of course we're showing our Pinot Noir, which again could compete with some of the very best Burgundies. 2011 that still is ruby and fresh in the glass.
Lovely, and the wine that always sticks out, the Vengeance. For those people who are unfamiliar with the Vengeance wine style, would you mind expanding upon that a little?
Most definitely. So the grapes are harvested all Sauvignon. In this particular instance, we have the Vengeance from the 2005 vintage. Vengeance is then fermented and put into barrel, where it is left to rest for 6.5 years under a veil of yeast that slowly creeps down with it, never being topped up, which gives a really nutty, oxidized, elegant flavor, but something very particular for the guests, and a really, really great food pairing for curries and spices.
Well, it's a great opportunity this morning to taste through all of the wines, or nose through the wines as I was doing today. But they smelled absolutely wonderful. So, Ellen, thank you very much for joining us at Good Food
It's a
Revolution
pleasure.
today. And good to see you
Thank you for
again.
hosting. Very nice to see you, Jeremy. Thank you.
Bye-bye.